Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Birdseye View flight in the fake helicopter. This time we're over the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. I'm flying with my good friend Doug Webster, and Doug and I both went to the University of Utah and graduated in the 80s when hair was really big and music was really good and really bad. Co-pilot Doug is right here. What do you have to say, Doug?
Yep, I was a student of the 80s, 81 to 89.
That's 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, the campus is located in Salt Lake City in the foothills of the mighty Wasatch Mountains. It just snowed when Doug and I decided to risk our lives by going up in the old jalopy of a whirlybird that I own. The gas gauge was reading E, which for me means enough. Beware down below. We started out by flying over Rice-Eccles Stadium, the home of the Utah Utes football team, which have been Pac-12 champions for the past 2 years. And the stadium was also used for the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2002 Winter Olympics. So tell me what you see here, Doug.
Well, that's the Rice-Eccles Stadium, which when we were going to school there was Rice Stadium. It's almost double the size of what it was when we went to school. And it's changed quite a bit. The stadium actually fills up and is sold out almost every game.
Every game.
Yep, every game.
Like some record.
Because back when we went to school, the Utes weren't quite as good. The stadium was pretty sparsely filled, and we used to actually be able to throw kegs over the fence and get them into or near the stadium so that we could have some adult beverages while watching some pretty poor football.
And nobody said anything. We never got in trouble.
We never got in trouble for that, which is amazing.
I think our friend Joe Chamberlain was the first person ever to do the wave inside Rice Stadium back in the day also. Back when we were students, we were in the WAC, and now we're in the Pac-12, soon to be something else after UCLA and USC Bell next year. Word on social media is USC got tired of losing to the former WACers and decided to bust up years of great West Coast football tradition and try their luck in the beautiful Rust Belt and back east, playing teams like Rutgers and Illinois. No matter how you slice it, it's better watching the Utes play teams like Oregon, Washington, Colorado, ASU than small WAC schools like UTEP and Indiana like we had to watch.
Yeah, much better competition. Every game is really pretty exciting and intense.
Yeah. The atmosphere for Utah football games and the tailgating are incredible, especially on a night game. If you get a chance, go check it out. You'll love it. Back in the day, basketball was a big sport on campus, and the games were played in the Special Events Center, which is now known as the Huntsman Center. This was back in the Lynn Archibald, Manny Hendricks days. We're going to zoom in on the Huntsman Center with our super high-powered spy camera provided by TikTok. Utah athletics are doing great right now. Football is hoping to defend its Pac-12 title. The women's basketball team just made it to the Sweet 16. The Ute ski team just won its third straight NCAA ski title. And the gymnastics team just won the Pac-12 again. Did you ever work the gymnastics with me?
I never worked gymnastics. I just like to date the gymnasts.
Yeah, I had a great job along with Sprania, Shue, Klein, Powers, White, I think Scott Atkinson, and many others. And we would set up and take down the gymnastics equipment for the home meets at the Huntsman Center. Yes, I, Dan Mullen, fake helicopter pilot, can set up uneven parallel bars. After the meet, some of the gymnasts, along with coaches Greg and Megan Marsden, they'd come over to the house to celebrate and to radiator dance. The gymnasts, or Red Rocks as they're known now, have a huge fan base and always fill the Huntsman thanks to the great work from the Marsdens. Last season, my son Chase was the assistant sports editor for the Daily Utah Chronicle, and he had the privilege of covering the team. We're still cruising campus. What do you see down there, Webster?
We're overlooking the law school there right now, which has expanded enormously. And Ted Bundy used to be a janitor there when we were going to school.
Was he there when we were there?
Yep.
Wow. He went to UW too, where my daughter went, so.
Yep. He was executed, so
yeah,
we don't have to worry about him anymore.
The campus is huge, covering 1,534 acres. This square building in the middle is the Marriott Library. The University of Utah, or the U as it's known, it's a public research university. Academically, the school is thriving. It has just recently been admitted to the prestigious Association of American Universities. The U has about 33,000 combined graduate and undergraduate students. About half the incoming class lives in the dorms for the first year,
and then they usually move off campus or back to their parents' basement the next year. The U has produced 22 Rhodes Scholars and 4 Nobel Prize winners. Doug and I are neither.
To me, the University of Utah, it's a perfect combination of education, access to outdoor adventure, and the benefits of a city life.
Right now we're looking at the Wasatch Mountains, and there's 6 world-class ski resorts in there, all within 35 minutes of campus, unless traffic is bad, which it often is. There's great mountain biking in the Salt Lake City foothills, and there's the granite and ice climbing of Little Cottonwood Canyon nearby.
Plus, the stunning Red Rock country is a short drive. Well, 3-hour drive or so.
So you have all this great outdoor activity, and you're close to an urban center. Wow, check out that snow squall. That's pretty dang cool. I love the weather in Salt Lake. Anyway, Salt Lake has great restaurants, bars, fantastic music scene. There's a potent, rebellious underground scene in Salt Lake City, which is the result of the prominent religion in the state. And this scene's really easy to tap into.
Salt Lake International Airport is just west of the city, and it's about 15 minutes from curbside to campus, or about half the time it takes to get from the B gate to curbside. The TRAX rail system can also take you straight to campus. Now Doug and I have decided to take a break at the Pie, have some pizza and beer. The Pie was a hangout that we used to have a lot of fun at. And
Lots of time spent there. Lots of time spent there. And C.F. Pinkerton used to work there.
He did?
Yes.
Does he still work there?
I don't know. We ask every time we go in.
Okay, we're done with the pie. It was delicious. The pizza is fantastic. So are the Zappies. Go check it out if you're ever in Salt Lake City.
So right outside the Pie is basically the front of the school. This is President's Circle. That's the park building we're looking at. And the Pie's right down there on the right side. It's a great hangout. Anyway, it's a beautiful campus. The school is, when Doug and I went there, it was fine academically, but we'll be quite frank, we went there mainly for skiing and the outdoor adventure.
The U just keeps reinvesting itself, and it's climbing up the academic ladder. And it's harder to get in than when I got in.
Back in the day on our application, I put my skis were 205 centimeters, and they let me in. That was it.
Yeah, I was allowed in by committee, which was pretty rare. I was lucky I got in. And yeah, it's a much better school academically than it was when we were there.
Yeah. But it was fine when we were there. I actually learned a lot. I was an econ major, and there's still stuff I use in my career right now that I learned directly from the school. So
yep.
We bag on it a little bit back in the day, but it was actually a fine school even back then. So
I learned how to ski powder.
Exactly.
It was well worth it. Well
Important
worth
stuff.
it. Yes.
The campus sits on a hill, which made it great for skateboarding. We'd start at the top of campus, haul ass down Hyper Boulevard, past the library and waterfall, and down to President's Circle. And we'd either go to the Seth for a hot dog and Dr. Pepper, or hitchhike back up for another.
Oh, we have a telephone call on the helicopter.
It's a helicopter phone.
Yeah. And so it's a great campus for riding skateboards, riding bicycles. It's on a hill, so it's always easier to get down than up. But President's Circle has a lot of great old buildings there. That's where the school started. There's
Kingsbury Hall's there, which had a
Hall.
lot of really good music there.
Yeah, they still
Some
do.
good concerts. Yeah.
The U also has its own outdoor music venue at the top of campus called Red Butte Gardens, and it features great and diverse bands all summer long. It's a fantastic venue.
Yeah, we're approaching Greek Row, First South, which in 1981-82, my first year there, we had so much snow that they actually closed that road, and you could ski down that road.
Yeah, that's nuts. So the Greek system, which Doug and I were both SAEs, is it's not gigantic, but it was super important for us and super fun. So, but it happens to be in a residential neighborhood, a nice neighborhood too. So there was always the conflicts with the neighbors in the Greek system, which still goes on, by the way. We both had kids that went to University of Utah. My son Chase just graduated, and then Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle
my son
graduated.
Kyle graduated from there as well.
And Haley, my wife, went to University of Utah also.
Both my boys were born at the University of Utah Medical Center.
Yeah.
My wife went to, she did her residency at the University of Utah. So
Yeah.
a lot of family history there.
Her name's Dr. Webster.
One of the many Dr. Websters that I am not one of.
Yes, Doug came from a doctor family. So anyway, we're down at the bottom of the screen, those are back basically all there's the Sigma Chi house, there's I think the Pi Pi house, Alpha Chi house. My wife was an Alpha Chi. DGs were on that street, and then Doug and I were SEs, were around the corner. Although tragically, the SEE house is no longer on campus; it's a private residence now. So yeah, we're looking south towards the Provo area, which is about 45 minutes to the south and beyond Point of the Mountain. So Salt Lake is a fantastic city. It's very open-minded, more of a liberal city. And down in the Provo area, it's a little more conservative and Mormon-y.
Around President Circle as well, a lot of the old buildings, there's actually a tunnel system underneath all those buildings that were used for maintenance of pipes and so forth. And I discovered it kind of accidentally once, and got to know those tunnel systems pretty well. And unfortunately did get caught underneath the park building one time leading a tour with, I believe, Gabriel Goodwin and Lee Auberg.
Oh, wow.
I, to this day, still on behavioral probation because of getting caught underneath the campus.
Yeah, and another thing on the campus was our friend, we won't mention his name, Courtney. He used to drive his car down campus, called it campus cruising, and he got in trouble with the law on that for doing that also. So it's not legal. Kids, don't try this at home. In fact, don't do a lot of the stuff that Doug and I did.
There's the Merrill Engineering building there too, which is pretty famous because that's where the very first video game Pong was invented. And our good friend Tom Pavey used to practically live in that building as well when he was getting his degree in mechanical engineering.
Now we're looking at the Gigano University of Utah Medical School and Hospital Complex. This is now a world-class medical research facility and hospital. We are now towards the top of campus, and this is where the most of the changes have been made over the years. The dorms that Doug and I used to live in, we both came from out of state, have been torn down and they've been moved to the east. And other new student housing has been built on campus too. The main dorm area where people are now was built in for the 2002 Winter Olympics for the athletes there. And as soon as the Olympics were over, students started moving in. Also around the same time as the Olympics, a light rail system was put in throughout Salt Lake City, and it runs through the city, and then it runs from the bottom of campus all the way to the top and to the airport. It's very convenient. And all U students get free use of all UTA transportation, including rail and bus. And the buses also go up to Snowbird and Alta and Solitude and Brighton. It's all free. Something new on the upper campus also is the Student Life Center, which is like a gigantic gym with climbing walls, pools, jacuzzis, weights, everything you need. And there's also, through Campus Rec, you can rent any outdoor gear you need, from backcountry skis to tents. It's got it all. Oh, it's snowing.
Yeah.
We're flying in the snow. I guess this means tomorrow's going to be another great powder day. It's been an unbelievable year. Maybe we'll ski with Ross Hoffman. He's become a great powder skier and a budding videographer. As soon as he learns how to push the start button, he'll get some great video. What do you think, Doug? Should we go skiing tomorrow? Bring Ross along?
I think I spent my first 2 years of school anyways, I spent more time up in the mountains than I did in the classroom.
Yeah. But just so you know, Doug does have a master's degree. He got it at Westminster, but so he may be downplaying his academic role, but Doug's a very, very smart and accomplished human being. So,
thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Here's $10.
$10? Come on, Doug. That won't even get me a donut and a big gulp at the Sev. Step it up. We'll end this video by zooming in on the SE house where we had so much fun. And that is it. So anyway, thanks for riding with us. And Doug, thanks for being the co-pilot. How was my flying?
It was excellent, Dan.
Yeah, you had to get the barf bag out once, but I think that was because of the beer you had.
That was what the phone ring was ringing
Yeah.
for.
Oh, there it is again. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions about the U, feel free to give Doug and hit Doug and I up. We'd love it there. We had a great time there. Our kids went there. Family went there, and that's it.
We can answer just about any question about it.
Exactly. All right. Toodaloo.
Bye-bye.
Go Utes. If you like this video, press like and subscribe. And we have quite a bit more bird's eye view videos coming up. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. And to quote my friend Joe Shuck, have a super fantastic day.